Hey everybody, Coach Darwin here. Today I wanted to deliver a message to anybody who is scheduled to have a hip replacement or a knee replacement. So it could be a total hip or knee, or it could be partial as well. I think the message still applies for both of those types of surgeries. It's really well documented in the literature, and I think it's become hopefully more common practice now for anyone going into one of these surgeries to do prehabilitation, which means getting your muscles already stronger through physical exercises, getting some more mobility, increasing flexibility. And what this has shown is that you're going to have a better chance of a successful surgery and actually a much faster recovery. So that's the physical aspect. And again, I don't want to belabor that too much. I've already, spent a lot of time demonstrating some exercises that can be done with regards to that. But what I wanted to talk about today is something I think is really overlooked when it comes to having a successful surgery. And maybe this doesn't necessarily even apply only to joint replacements, but it's really addressing the mental preparation of surgery. Like, it's a big deal, and it's certainly, there can be a lot of different emotions surrounding the surgery. And you might be feeling some anxiety or nervousness or excitement about what's coming. Anyway, you're flooded with all kinds of emotions. Preparing the body physically is important, but I would argue that preparing the body mentally for the surgery is equally as important. There's Roy, buddy. So, one of the strategies that I use with my clients in preparation for the mental game going into surgery is to really have them identify a specific set of goals and keep it fairly short. 5 to 6 goals is probably sufficient. And the goals that you want to identify are the things that you're not able to do right now, that you're going to be really excited to be able to return to doing. Now, keep it realistic. Obviously, if you hadn't been running marathons, you're probably not going to be running marathons after your hip replacement or knee replacement surgery. So keep it relative to the things that you used to enjoy doing, or day-to-day things that you used to be able to do that you no longer can do because of the pain and the limitations of your joint. And what you want to do is write down that specific activity that you're going to re-engage with after surgery and after rehabilitation, after you're feeling better. You're going to be able to do this activity. And it could be something like, for example, gardening. You really enjoyed gardening, but now getting down and squatting down, to the flower beds or what have you, just isn't possible anymore because of the pain. So you want to identify return to gardening as a goal for you to accomplish when you get back after a successful surgery. Now, additionally, what you want to do is attach a feeling to that goal. So, for instance, you should say, my goal is to get back to gardening 4 days a week. And now what you want to say is, I am going to feel very fill in the blank when I'm able to go back to doing that. It could be simple then saying, once I go back to gardening, I'm going to feel very at peace. Maybe this was kind of a meditative practice for you, or you just felt so much at peace in your garden that you want to attach this deep sense of feeling around this goal. Another example could be, well, I want to be able to walk around the block before dinner every night. And when I do that, I'm going to feel very healthy and empowered that I'm taking care of my health. So by attaching this sense of feeling or emotion to this activity or this action, you're going to strengthen that bond. It's going to make that goal feel so much more profound and so much stickier, and really help encapsulate what you're wanting to get out of the surgery. The final piece of advice I will give in doing this exercise is make sure this is very deliberate, and you want to sit down by yourself, really think this through, really try to capture the emotions of some of these activities that you're going to get back to doing. But I would encourage you to do it on a journal or write it down on a piece of paper or maybe on the computer, something that you can revisit over and over on the days leading up to surgery. The more repetition that you have and feeling, identifying the activities you want to do, and then feeling what it's going to be like once you're able to do those things again, the more it's going to be set in, and the more your mental game is going to be ready for the surgery. There's also one other trick. I know this doesn't work for everybody, but if you could actually video yourself talking to the camera, and if you're comfortable, not everyone is, and you can really kind of go through the same exercise, um, and just dictate to the camera. And this is something that again you can watch over and over again as a way to repeat this and set the message in. That's also a very, very powerful tool. So that's all I wanted to say. Make sure you're addressing the physical components of prehab going into surgery. Make sure you're addressing the mental aspects to get your head right. And I wish you nothing but success on your upcoming surgery.